Good morning, you guys. Happy Friday, January 7th. Hope you guys are having a good morning. It is 6:17. I've been up since 5. Actually, I've been up all night, constantly coughing, can't sleep, sick, headache. All this is red and burning from constantly blowing my nose constantly running. I'm not complaining, but and my whole face, all this just broke out. Like, I got up at 5 so I could lock the door, and Lavelle left because I was up and to get my coffee started. And then I washed a few dishes and I sat down. I turned off all the lights and I began to pray. Just sit here in the dark and talk to the Lord. And then Jeremiah got up to get ready for work. Ended up talking to him for a minute, and then I came back and sat down. And I said, I'm just gonna now be quiet and just listen. And because I had been up, I was quite tired, so I laid back down, right? Just now I woke up because I was dreaming, and it just felt so real. And in the dream, it was just fresh on my mind. I'm forgetting already. But what I don't forget was I'm driving. And it was, wet out, slippery or whatever, snow. And I forget where I was going. Like I said, y'all, I just had the dream, so it's just fresh in my mind. But when I woke up, that's when Jeremiah was coming in the living room. And he was like, Mommy, you got this stove on. I was like, yeah. So, in conversating with him, I forgot what happened just that quick. But what I do remember is that I was driving. And there was a plastic bag or something in the road. And I rolled over that plastic bag. And you could hear it under the car. And in the car, it was weird because it was under the car, but it was almost like it was in the car. Because I'm feeling something under my feet. And I looked down, it was a white bag, but it was different texture than the one that I rolled over. And it had, like if you go to the McDonald's or something and you eat your food and you put the garbage in the bag, it was like that. And for some reason, it was under my seat. And I'm driving, y'all. And at first it was like I was on a regular street, and all of a sudden I'm on this curve, right? Like as if it was a mountain that I had went up, and it's a curve. And I picked up speed. I was already picking up speed. And I hit a rock or something. I hit it. I felt it. Boom. Underneath. And when it hit, the car went like this. Off the cliff. You had those rails there to keep people from, those like little silver or aluminum rails. In the dream, whatever I hit made the car go boom. And I went off that, as I was going around that curve, I went off, the car went boom. And I'm going, oh my God, no. And I'm thinking, is this how I'm supposed to die? I guess a bunch of stuff prior to this. Like I said, before I woke up, I remembered. Because I just freaking had this dream. So I guess a lot of stuff was happening. And I was like, is this how I'm supposed to die? And I remember when that car went off that cliff, there was water. And the car went in the water. And all I kept thinking was, okay, you gotta catch your breath. All the windows was up in the car, right? I kept thinking, okay, catch my breath. And it was dark. The car went in the water. And as the water was pouring in the car, I caught my breath. Mind y'all, I'm sick. I can't hold my breath right now. And I woke up. But when I tell y'all, I felt all in here. I felt everything. I felt when that car, I felt the bag underneath. I felt the wetness of the road. I felt when the car went boom. I felt when I hit that railing. And when I went off that ledge and I hit the water, I felt it all. When I did this to catch my breath and I went under, it all felt so real. I woke up and I did like this when I got up and I looked around. It was like I had to gather myself and remember this is not real. And I was like, am I finna die? So, like, this is what was, when I woke up, I'm laying there thinking this. And that's when he came in and I went on ahead and got up. Like, when I was sitting here praying to God, I was like, Lord, I need you to do this, I need you to do that. And I know this and I know that. And I was repenting and praying. And when I was praying not just for myself, but for all my brothers and sisters in Christ, y'all. I was praying for everybody. I was repenting for everybody. And I know you can't do that. But I was just praying, y'all. My head is pounding. My head was pounding before I started praying. All in here, like my brain hurts, okay? All the face, everything just broke out. And I'm like, what is going on? And I just sat here and I prayed. And I said, Lord, I'm just going to sit here and I'm just going to listen for you to answer. I'm just going to be quiet and listen. And then it got quiet. Mind you, the radiator, you hear the water from the radiator. You hear people moving around upstairs, people getting up, getting ready for work. And for some reason, in the refrigerator, you hear things. All of a sudden, it just got completely silent. And I got sleepy. And so I lay down, and that's when I had the dream. And like I said, there was a lot going on in the dream prior to this. There was a reason why I was on the road, the reason why I was in a hurry, and I cannot remember what that reason was. I just cannot. But I know it was a lot going on. There was a lot going on because, like I said, when I was going off that cliff, all I could think of, first I was like, now what? Oh, God. And I was like, is this how I'm supposed to die? It didn't dawn on me, open the door and jump out, because it just happened so fast. Jump out, at least you have a better chance than trying to get out and the water's filling up. None of that dawned on me at the moment. And I woke up. I'm sitting here because I'm thinking I was hearing water running, and it's that radiator. But I woke up, y'all. But I tell y'all I don't feel good, and I just prayed and I asked the Lord, like, whatever is going on with me, I think I'm at the butt end of it. But it's messing with me like I've been coughing all night non-stop. At times dry cough. At times it wasn't dry. Like I mentioned before, it's just constant. I could not sleep. I cannot sleep. My nose constantly running. My brain is hurting like constant. And I'm so sleepy. I'm so tired. And I just want to rest. I was contemplating on calling off. I was supposed to have the day off, but for some reason it denied. So obviously I'm going to go in. But I'm hoping she works something so that I can get the day off, because just give me till Monday. Let me get whatever this is out of my system. This cold out of my system, sinuses, all of that. Anyway, guys, I'm not complaining about nothing. That dream was it's the first time in years that I had a dream that felt so real. I don't think I died in a dream. I don't feel like anything like that. I don't know. I just felt like, dang, like it was just real. It's just I can't even explain the feeling. I can't even explain the feeling of what I just felt. I can't. But all I could do was just sit up and stare for a moment. Like, I don't know, y'all. I was like, am I, is that a clue? Is that a sign? I always ask, just before people pass away, do they get some sort of idea, some kind of inkling or something that this is going to be their last day or last few moments? I don't know. Y'all. But I do pray for everybody. Be careful out there on those roads. I pray, Lord, not just for my children, not just for my family, not just for the people I know. I'm not asking and praying just to keep cover and protect them, but for everybody. Each and every last one of you. I pray for safe travels. Safe travels. I really do, and be careful. I don't know. And two, I was praying because my daughter and I were talking last night. She was telling me about a picture on Netflix called Barbarian, and she mentioned it to me yesterday as well. And so in this picture, we just got to talking about it because you really don't know in reality what's going on out there in real life, right? And so that got me to praying this morning as well. The point of the story, the point I'm trying to make. There was this guy, and he was living in this house. Correction. He was living in the basement. The basement inside the basement of the house. So if you go down to your basement, there's another door in the basement that leads to another basement. No one knows about the door. No one ever seen the door. Only he do. It's a hidden door. For years, this man was abducting women and children. Just abducting people. Women and children. He was abducting them. Take them down to that basement inside the basement. In the dark. He was raping them. Having children with them. Raping the children those children having, so it was a constant. His children, he's sleeping with his own children. His children's having children, and those children having children. So the incest, and he was doing this for years, years. There's a whole world living in this basement within the basement. There's tunnels, there's rooms. And mind you, he's been doing this for, he's an old man now. Okay? Old sickly man now, but he's been doing this since in his 20s, I guess. And because they were in the dark all the time, in the tunnels, of course your eyes adjust, and that's what you're used to. You're like creatures or monsters now. And also because it's incest. You know what I'm saying? Your kid, you have kids, and then you sleep with your kids, and you have kids with the kids that you slept with, and then those kids have kids, and those kids sleep with those kids and have kids, and those kids have kids, and on and on and on and on and on. And then him still continuing to do the same thing with his grandkids and great. You know, just constant. You don't know what's being created down there in that case, right? So what they focused on was this one particular female. I guess she was one of the offsprings of the offsprings. I don't know, incest. Because she was raised in the dark, in the tunnels, she don't know anything. And he had a room that had a TV in it with an old video of a woman being taught how to breastfeed a child. And so this creature, she had this bottle she made. It was big. I don't know what it was made out of, but it had some sort of nipple or something that I don't know. She made out of. I don't know what she made out of, but she was abducting people. Okay, she was coming out at night, whatever, abducting people, and the people that she was abducting, she looked at them as her children. She was abducting them and trying to get them to drink this milk or whatever it was she made. And then if you didn't drink it, she'd try to make you drink from her boob because she's watching this old movie. And it's crazy because she's big, you know, she's, she's messed up. But at the same time, she's in her mind. She's a woman, obviously. And that mother in her, that nurturing, even though she's a creature. I mean, you got animals that mother animals, right? And that instinct that some of them to take care of your children. Long story short, the guy that she abducted, she was trying to get him to drink that. I forget what happened. She abducted him, and she was trying to get him to drink that bottle, and he wouldn't. He was just, like, oh my God, And so she drugged him and threw him in this room. And down in that room was this other girl, I think she was black. And she immediately told him, just drink it. Please, just drink it. And he was like, no. And just as she was saying that, the creature put a bottle in her mouth and she just went on and drank it. She doing whatever she needs to do to keep this woman calm and to get out of there, because I guess she wasn't hurting them. These are my babies. But when she tried to get him to drink it again, he wouldn't. So she drug him in a room, and she put him, the next time they showed him, he in her lap. And she trying to feed him, make him drink from her boob. And he, oh no. And while this is taking place, the girl, she's constantly backing up to the side, and she gets out. And I think the thing hears her and turns. And at this point, the girl takes off running. So long story short, she gets out. She finds it her way out. And it's daytime at this point. And she goes to the police. And she's trying to get help, and they're not trying to help her. They just looking at her like, do you have any identity on you? She was like, I'm telling you, I was kidnapped. And she took them to the house, and she was banging on the door. They told her this is trespass. Stop banging on people's doors. And she's saying, I'm telling you that there's people here that need your help. They told her, you ought to be glad we don't lock you up. Like, they didn't do their jobs. They left. She's like, are you leaving? I'm trying to tell you there's people. She could have left. She could have tried to get to, it's daytime, she could have tried to get to a police station and seek assistance. But at this point, what they just did, told her nobody was, made her feel like these the cops themselves and they're not trying to help. So what she did was she got in a car. I guess the car that was out there, maybe it had been, I don't know. She gets in the car and she goes back to try to help this guy. I guess the creature came out because now it's looking for her, right? Now it's dark. It's nighttime again. I guess, I don't know. And she runs over, she runs into the creature and with the car. So now the creature is pinned between the car and the wall or garage or something. And she thinks the thing is dead, and she goes back in to help the guy. They get out. Well, the guy accidentally shoots her because he thought she was the creature anyway. They get out and they're running. Imagine she's got a gunshot in her gut. There's a guy somewhere that sees them, and they're talking to him about what's going on, and he was like, "Yeah, I know." He was like, she comes out here. You got to be careful. But then he was telling her she ain't the one you got to worry about. That's how you know it's gonna be a part 1 or 2. And the fact that you have so many of them down there, they only focused on her. There's more, obviously. Anyway, they were asking him. He was in this warehouse or whatever. And they were asking him, well, how were you safe? How come she's never, attacked you or this, that, and the other? And as he was talking crap, she ain't never. Just as he started talking that smack, she busts through the wall, grabs him, snatches his arm off, and beats him with his own arm. And they see this and they start running, and they running up this tower. She's telling him, wait for me. Mind you, she came back to save his butt. She's telling him, wait for me. He turns around. He said, I'm sorry, I have to do what I have to do. He said, I know I can get away. He says, I have to use you as a decoy. She's like, what? And he pushes her over the edge. They show her falling over the edge with her, going backwards. So when she hits the ground, she's going to hit her back first. Arms up, and she's just going down. And then they show the creature jump off. So what the creature did was she jumped off behind the girl so she could protect her. She jumped off, she caught the girl, and then she turned her body so that when they land, the girl don't hit first, but that she hits. So she's protecting her child. This is her child to her. There's a lot more that we know, and I didn't watch the whole picture. This was just part of it that she had me watch because it had some funny scenes in it. But the conversation she and I had behind it was like, you just don't know. Like she said, this man was going around doing this for years and years and years. And they showed where he had been sitting in his car. He had been watching this lady. And when she went in, she was unloading groceries. She went in the house, and they showed him go and put on a uniform like he was a utility worker. He goes and he rings her bell, says, "Excuse me, ma'am, there's going to be a power outage soon, and we just want to check." She didn't think, I guess the lady didn't think nothing about it, told him, "Come on in." He goes up to her bathroom like he's, working on stuff. And all he did was go up there and unlock her window. "All right, ma'am, everything's fine. You'll be okay, blah, blah, blah." He comes back later in the night through her window and abducts her. So it's just crazy how no matter how careful you are, you just never know. You don't know who's watching you, who's waiting for you to slip up, who's waiting for the opportunity to snatch you or to hurt you or harm you in any way. Like, you don't know. And what's even crazier is things like this happen and we don't even know about it. We don't know. How many times you move into a home where there's other room or people living in the walls or in your basement or peeping through the holes and, got some kind of peephole or something somewhere. You thinking it's a light and it's a camera. I mean, this world is crazy and we just don't know, And that's just something that we had spoke about, And like I said, I just was praying, when I got up earlier, Lord, just please, watch over. There's anyone out there that's crying, that's moaning, that's in pain, that's hungry, that's sick, that's tired, that's going through something we could never fathom, that's experiencing something that we could never understand, or we could never think that, oh my God, this is happening somewhere, but somewhere somebody or somebody's going through some things that are horrifying, that are terrible. It's hard to believe that there are people out here capable of doing things to horribly harm or hurt someone, cutting people up and just burning and setting them on fire, just doing the things that they do to people, are doing. And so my prayer was just, Lord, please keep every last one of them safe. Just protect them like Jesus, Yeah, so I thought I would share that with you guys. I've been talking to you for 28 minutes now. I forgot to sing Happy Friday. So happy Friday. It's Friday. And y'all know that's my favorite day of the week. But I'm not going to sing today because really, I did take some Tylenol. I'm just waiting for it to kick in. But I do have a migraine. I started off as a headache and I think constantly coughing, but it has turned into a migraine, So I'm going to end it here so I can turn off these lights, make my coffee, and then get ready to, I'm going to lay back down until it's time to actually get up and log in. And I'm praying that she works it out where I don't have to work because I want to sleep. I just want to relax and I want to get better. I have my tea. You know, I'm just you know. Anyway, you guys, have an amazing Friday morning. Hopefully I'll talk to you guys a little bit later in the day, okay? Pray for me, please. Like I tell you, that dream was crazy real. Crazy real. And it's been a long time since I had a dream so real that I actually felt it. Like, I mean, just the impact. Oh, you know, it was like I was really actually there. So I'm just praying and asking the Lord to watch over everyone. Maybe in the dream it was me, but it wasn't me. Maybe it was me so that I could pray. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. So you guys enjoy your morning. Remember to say your prayers, not just for yourselves, family, friends, and loved ones, but all your brothers and sisters in Christ. Remember to treat people the way you would expect to be treated or better. Okay? And expect great things, guys. Continue to expect great things. God is awesome. He's awesome. Expect great things, okay? I am. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye now. Hey, you guys, really quick. After I got through talking to you guys this morning, I got up and I made my coffee. And I mixed it again, the light roast along with the Hershey. They didn't have the vanilla creamer. I didn't want the hazelnut again, so I didn't get creamer because I have milk. And the only whipped cream they had was the pumpkin spice, a big container of it. So I got the pumpkin spice, so that's what I had today. So I made that, and I checked in on my daughter, make sure that everybody was alright. I was going to tell her about the dream I had, and I was like, let me just make sure to say good morning, let everyone know that I love them. And she said, Mommy, you want to hear something funny? This is her text to me. I was like, sure. She said somebody crashed into her car last night. So, of course, I had to call her and tell her about my dream. Like, that is so crazy. It's so crazy. I dreamed about a crash this morning and somebody crashed into her car. Wow, she's sending me pictures of it now. Wow. She parked on the end and somebody, they definitely crashed the front end of it. Wow. Looks like where she was parked on the corner. Maybe somebody tried to turn the corner and caught the end of her front end of her car and broke it. I'm gonna try to show y'all, but keep in mind my screen is broke, it's cracked. I don't know if y'all can see it. See her car? See that? Looked like they probably turned the corner and just pulled that front end, that bumper. They didn't break the bumper. It's not cracked or anything, but it is definitely hanging. I'll show it to y'all from the side. I'll try to. It's a little hard with my screen. Let's see. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. See that? It's the side of her car. Looks like maybe when they tried to turn the corner, they clipped it and, crazy. Y'all just, I said that to say this, be careful. Like I said, sometimes when I have those dreams, it don't always necessarily be about myself. It could be about someone else. Which is another reason why I pray for everybody. But I did, before I got ready to start work, I did check the schedule, and my time off request for today was approved. I'm so happy for that. I did text one of my coworkers this morning and ask her to let my supervisor know that I did see that it was approved, and thank you. So I'm gonna go ahead and lay back down. You guys enjoy your Friday morning, okay, and be safe. Bye.